Hello everybody, Xanaphar here, and today I am doing a review of episode 15 of Ultraman Blazar. Let's talk about the characters. I thought it was very interesting seeing every character's feel. Like Captain Gento. Gento's biggest feel is losing the mission. I also can see it as him losing his team, not be able to save them. And that is very interesting. Teraraki is pretty good in this episode. He's really funny. His biggest feel is bean cakes, and that is hilarious. Especially Yasamudu's ratchet seeing him pass out. Yasamudu is also pretty funny in this episode. I also find it very interesting his biggest feel is Anuin Kemen. That Anuin must have really affected him. Now, Honoree's biggest feel makes sense is good Ganyard, and that makes sense because she has a feel of buds. The most interesting character has to be Emmy because of her biggest feel. Her feel is herself, and that is dark and interesting, and I love the fact they did that. She literally has a panic attack in case the help of her friends to calm her down. So Emmy in this episode is really fantastic. I also thought it was very interesting the fact they gave Utgeron a voice. That was very nice to see, and I love Utgeron so very much. He sounds so nice. And his nickname, Utli, that's adorable. So I would say the characters are really good in this episode. I especially like seeing them in the hospital with that nurse trying to get them back to bed. That was funny. I especially like seeing the characters actually act like friends now. That was nice to see finally. The character was just fantastic in this episode. Let's talk about the effects. The new Kaiju Mogyushin is a really great design. I love how this Kaiju looks. I find it very interesting the fact this Kaiju shows people their biggest feel to just eat them. That is really interesting. And we don't really see Kaijus try to eat people no more. So it's nice to see it heal. I also love how this Kaiju fights. He's super cool. And I love the fact he uses his head as a weapon, sort of a saw type of thing. That is really cool. Also, Ultraman Blazar's reaction when he cut down the buildings with his rainbow slash was hilarious. I also thought it was really funny seeing Blazar put his hands over his eyes. That was very funny. I also thought it was a nice touch. The fact Blazar, when he closed his eyes dimmed. That is just a very nice touch. So I would say the effects are really good in this episode. What do I like about episode 15? I thought it was very nice to see some of the Siberians' biggest feels being some Ultra Kaiju cameos, like M1. That was just very nice to see. The only one I couldn't point out was the Scorpion one, so if you know what that is, tell me down below. Also with Giant Emmy is a nice reference to the original Ultraman. What is my final thoughts for episode 15 of Ultraman Blazar? This episode is fantastic, the characters are great, especially Emmy. The effects with the fight scene is amazing to watch. This episode is just fantastic, a great episode. Well, that is it for this review. Thank you for watching. Tell me down below what you think of this episode. And we didn't get to see what Blazar was scared of. So what do you think Blazar is scared of? Tell me down below. If you're new, subscribe. If you like this video, drop a like for this video. Xanaphar is out.